It's on the bucket list of thousands of Australians, from backpackers to retirees. Cinque Terre in Italy.
Now, comprising a string of centuries-old seaside villages on the rugged Riviera coastline, it is a stunning part of the world, apparently. I've never been, but not everyone is excited about the booming terrorism. 7 News Bureau Chief Hugh Whitfeld has this junket story.
Dream of an Italian holiday and you're probably thinking beautiful scenery, a quiet, cool little laneway, maybe a romantic dinner or two. In reality, here in Cinque Terre, you are sharing this place with 2.5 million visitors every year.
I just took a photo in one of the little pizza shops. I mean, you look at that sort of stuff and you just want to eat it all. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to go home about 10 kilos heavier because you just go, I'll just have a little bit of that, I'll have a little bit of that. This is on my bucket list, so I'm in heaven.
Heaven is a stretch of the Italian coast famous for the ancient path that connects the 5 villages of Cinque Terre. The crystal clear water, a spot to soak up the afternoon sun, the postcard perfect villages. But you'll have to share it with all the other tourists.
They just really overwhelm the villages. There's just too many people. It's so small here that it just overwhelms us like that.
The Instagram generation has discovered this place and its stunning postable views, and locals aren't exactly thrilled. They're concerned that boatloads, coachloads and trainloads of people aren't spending enough money and time to appreciate this place. Vincenzo Rosasco is the local mayor.
It's fragile and we cannot support tourists that come here and they don't know where they come.
The villages and the landscape are feeling the strain. The famous path is in some parts packed, but where it's not, it's because it's shut. Damage from years of landslides hasn't been repaired. Local authorities can't find the money. Climb up away from the crowds and there's a reminder that tourism is really only a recent phenomenon here. People have been living in Cinque Terre since before the Romans, and they've been fighting to make these hillsides work for them for nearly 1,000 years.
When I tell them I'm actually from the village, it's like, people live here? I'm like, yes, we do. I mean, that's not Disneyland.
In order to keep these terraces full of the food and grapes that locals rely on, they must keep fixing them. But sometimes they feel like nobody cares.
I really like this landscape to be more valued by the people.
Most people just spend a few hours here and rarely spend too much cash. Maybe buy the odd coffee or gelato. Some locals think it's not worth the trouble. 15 years ago, Amy Inman was one of those tourists. Now she lives here.
We know this is a beautiful place. We want to share it with the world, but at the same time, we need to save our identity. This place needs to be respected, not just exploited.
Tourist numbers could soon be capped.
Our territory is quite delicate. We consider it more of a museum, whereby visitor numbers must be managed in order to allow for a suitable enjoyment of what this area has to offer.
Others just want the pace to slow down.
We want tourists. We don't want so many tourists, but we need tourists that come to Cinque Terre because they have to know Cinque Terre.